Welcome to another exciting edition of the P&B Sports Show. I'm your host, Abel Sunday. We begin with the press conference held yesterday with the stakeholders of Nigerian Basketball Federation who are not happy with the situation going around the federation. And of course, we turn our attention to Champions League. What a night it was. Newcastle United edged out Qarabağ in a trailing 3-2 encounter. Goals, tension and late drama. The Magpies showed resilience, but questions remain about their defensive crack. Meanwhile, in Spain, Atlético Madrid sent a strong message to Europe with a commanding 4-1 victory over Club Brugge. Ruthless, clinical, and full of intent. Is this the year Simeone's men go all the way? And tonight, all eyes turn to the blockbuster showdown, Real Madrid versus Benfica. European royalty met Portuguese pride, who takes control under the bright lights. Joining me virtually is our in-house sport analyst, Tom Aroko. And of course, connecting me all the way from Benin, Ero John. Just grab your teacup because P&B Sports start now.
Abuja at the Treasure Suite Conference Hall, where the crisis within the Nigerian Basketball Federation has just hit a breaking point. Today, February 24, 2026, stakeholders gathered for a press briefing that has sent shockwaves through the sporting community. Retired Colonel Sam Amedu, a member of the outgoing MBBF board and president of FIBA Zone 3 Africa, did not hold back. He revealed the staggering administrative failure. The MBBF has allegedly not maintained an official bank account since 2018. According to Amedu, the Federation's finances have been managed in the shadows. He alleges that funds have been approved by only a handful of individuals, 4 or 5 people, without any oversight from the board or the General Congress.
No congresses for 4 years, no board meeting for over a year plus. Yet, our finances were purportedly approved. By who? And there are some other things that maybe we will not even speak here, which a lot of us know. Okay, these omissions constitute great constitutional violations and serious governance lapses. Additional concerns have arisen regarding the running of this board. Number one, Nigeria Basketball Federation for all this type does not have a bank account, official bank account. We are members, and you can ask any one of us, have we ever seen a bank account? No. So the question we must ask, how are funding coming to the federation? How are they being disbursed? Because why the Nigerian Basketball Federation is not a sole administratorship. It's a board representing different organs. However, sponsorship arrangements are not disclosed to the board. Yes, board members are figureheads.
This, he says, has left Nigerian basketball in a state of paralyzed development. At the heart of the disputes is a battle over leadership. While the current board claims their tenure lasts until October, over 33 members of the MBBF Congress have petitioned FIBA, insisting the board's mandate expired on January 31st, 2026. They are now calling for fresh elections to be held no later than March 31st, 2026.
After 31st January 2026, it is safe to say constitutionally the tenure of the MBBF board has expired. And moreover, no Congress has lawfully extended the tenure, and neither was a constitutional mechanism initiated to validate continued occupation of the office. Consequently, there is presently no constitutional recognized MBBF board in office, and no individual holds a lawful mandate to represent himself as president of the MBBF. Any meeting called by the outgone president of the outgone board is null and void. Nigeria is governed by law, and its first federations must operate within established constitutional frameworks.
As the National Sports Commission and the Nigeria Olympic Committee face pressure to intervene, one thing is clear. The fresh tip-off for Nigerian basketball depends on restoring transparency and constitutional order. I am Aroko Tom reporting from Abuja.
Okay, Tom, good morning. And we just had to do that package report, and you were there yesterday. And you saw, let's kickstart things tonight, rather this morning. We saw what happened yesterday, the press conference held by the aggrieved, should I say the aggrieved stakeholders? I think that's the right word to use. Seeing them coming out, bringing out, and putting out those many, should I call them allegations? Because of course they've not been proven yet. So bringing out all those things out yesterday, do you feel sorry for the state of Nigerian basketball?
Honestly, I feel extremely sorry for the Nigerian basketball. I think that we've been clamoring for this for a very, very long time. We've been clamoring for some change. The basketballers, stakeholders, the referees, the coaches, and the association chairmen in various states have been clamoring for the betterment of Nigerian basketball. But from the press conference that was held yesterday by Colonel Sam, that was led by Colonel Sam Amedu, especially with other members on the outgoing board like Professor Adeyanju, Olumide Bamiduro, Soraji Yusuf, and Scott Unaji. I think they were all there. They all mentioned a lot of. They all spoke about some things. They spoke about the fact that the current board is saying that they want to extend up till October, which is led by Musa Kida, who is the non-executive chairman of the NNPC, and also who is the outgoing president of the Nigerian Basketball Federation, who has said that that he wants to extend till October, but he has given signs that he wants to stay till October. But they are saying that no, that the Constitution of Article 21.8 says that you cannot stay up until after the date of your original tenure when it started, and the tenure originally starts when you have been sworn in, which they say that right from 2022, that immediately after the election, that guideline states as at that time that you must be sworn in immediately after the election, and the elections held on January 31st, 2022, and that yes, and you were sworn in then. So that after that, now the tenure has elapsed, there's no how that you can say that you want to extend. And Musa Kida and the retired Colonel Sam said he does not, that he's not about the personal vendetta, but he thought that it's about upholding the constitution. And Colonel Sam is the FIBA president, so it's the governing body of basketball in general. I did say that no to like nobody, that the elections must be held as well. And if you remember, the NCC, that the Nigerian Sports Commission, has said that the elections should be held latest in March, and then there should be an electoral committee that should it's now in the fourth year, and that's where the major issue is coming in. And he also stated that
but okay, Tom, I think you should just hold it a little bit there. What struck me in this report is the bank account issue. Like, how can a federation run for over 6 years without a bank account? And so how is it possible for a country that have a government that maintain law and order? You understand? Not that we are into a country that how is that possible?
I think the major thing that was spoken about is obviously yes, the bank account. And they are saying that for its 2 tenures that they've not had an official bank account. And some people ask, what about the previous board's bank account that they were using? And they said no, that as soon as Musa Kida was sworn in, that they expected that there would be a bank account. And some people that were there also asked that why is it that they are talking about it now? And they actually said that they have been talking about this for a very, very long time, especially with other issues coming in, especially with the fact that they've been having sponsors, coming in, and also with Peak saying that okay, we want to sponsor every year with about $150,000, and that they've not really had any roadmap on how the money has been spent. And also with Alpha Sport coming in and saying that okay, we want to be handling kids and we want to be handling some of these things, and they are saying that, and they have been saying that they've been clamoring in the board that no, that you cannot just say you are coming to bring kids, that we want to know the financial implication. We want to know what you are bringing in terms of finances, to the basketball federation. But I think that is where they have come and they have said that there must be accountability moving forward. And obviously, they stated clearly that in the Musakida-led administration that there was no bank account, which was very strange and sounded very strange to a lot of basketball.
Okay, sponsorship coming in and they don't even know without the knowledge of the board, and these deals. We understand that when the deal is coming in, I think there should be a committee that will come in and assess why this is XYZ. What are we gaining out of this? What are we taking and what are they taking? So both parties will know. But if a deal is coming in and the board is not even aware, then I'm still surprised. Who signed that deal? How come the deal is being established?
The funny thing is that they are just saying that it was all done by Musakida. And I guess he has some board members that are loyal to him, that even if he says he wants to do heaven, that he wants to go to the heavens and the earth, that they will follow him either way. But as at this point, the reason why they are saying it is, the 7 group members that, like you rightly said, that they are saying that they just want the right things to be done, especially with the fact that when AFA came in, nobody expected that the Tigers would go so far and will achieve a lot in such a short period of time. And obviously, the fact that they've achieved a lot, wearing the AFA sports jersey, it says a lot. But a lot of people are saying that, we can't just be giving you free publicity for no reason. If not, they could have gotten any sponsor from anywhere or from people about the good jersey for them and say that, okay, that yes, we are sponsoring us. So that what they were coming for is accountability. And they also said that if he knows that he would, if the outgoing president knows that he wants an extension into October, that he should make sure that he votes the Congress. And in that Congress, that they will decide on what to do if they want to extend this tenure to October.
Okay, well said. But Tom, I think for fairness, we still need to hear from Musakida's side, because we just hear one part of the story and we cannot just take it into conclusion on that. So in fairness, I think we'll need to get the story from the other camp so that we can balance it, because to balance the whole thing, we'll have to get story from other side. But of course, we know that this is not the end of the journey yet. We'll have to do more follow-up stories as the journey unfold. But Tom, we'll have to move straight into the next segment, which is we don't even have time anymore. Last night, what happened in Champions League, and we saw what they call Club Brugge fall down flat to Atlético Madrid, and also Newcastle emerge champion. Should I say champion or winner of that tie? 9-3, as the case may be. We saw the Hawks team flying so high in the Champions League. And what did it tell you about the English Premier League? Having Chelsea already qualified for the round of 16, having Manchester City there already, having Arsenal there already, we'll have Liverpool there already. Then we're now seeing Newcastle follow suit. 5 English Premier League in the round of 16. Premier League team, I beg your pardon, in the round of 16. What does it tell you about the English Premier League?
I think one thing about the English Premier League is clear, is that they know how to run the PR, like a lot of people have said, but they also know how to play football. I think they know how to play. I think one skill that they know how to do is how to minimize the goals. And I think that this season we're actually seeing a lot of that. But one thing that the UCL is known for is that it's just for who outscores the other person, because it's based on, at this point right now, it's based on aggregate. And when you see what the Newcastle did against the Qarabağ, it was fantastic. It was amazing. We saw that Newcastle, they made history even after their 6-1 defeat, even after their 6-1 win, against the Azerbaijan side, that's Qarabağ. And it was fantastic. And we saw that after their dominating win in the first leg, I think we all knew that even before the second leg happened, that it was done and dusted. And a lot of people said, you know what, there's no how that at least we won't see the Newcastle side score at least 2 goals, and we wonder how we are going to see a Qarabağ side, come out and be able to score like 6 or 7 goals or 8 goals to be able to win this side, and which almost seemed impossible. And we saw that actually played out. But I think that kudos to Deli Harvey for the way he has played. kudos to the 9-3 aggregate victory. It was fantastic, especially with the 3-2 win yesterday. I think it was fantastic. But if you want to look at the way the Newcastle side, played against the Qarabağ side, I think it was an amazing one yesterday. I think we saw the goal from Sandro Tonali, we saw the goal from Joel Linton, and those goals. I think the one major thing that killed the Azerbaijan side, momentum, was the fact that those two goals came in just like I think in the first 6 minutes of the match. So it was as if we just started the match and we just got bullied immediately. And that was one fantastic thing that we saw. And that says a lot about the English side, which is Newcastle. But when you see the way Eddie Howe rotated this side, it was fantastic. The way he started Ero Ramsdale, the way he started Marco Jankovic, the way and Elvin. I don't know how to play.
Pronounce his name.
Especially for scoring the rebound. And also, I think that one thing that we need to take note of is that once again we've seen Eddie how we play Walter play a little bit deep, which a lot of people have been surprised about. Yes, we saw it happen against some teams. We saw it happen against Manchester City. But I think that one thing that surprised a lot of people was the fact that we saw him play behind Osula, and I think that he's more comfortable, playing the likes of Anthony Gordon instead of playing Walter, obviously because of Anthony Gordon's pace. But I think that whatever he did yesterday, whatever he did previously, I think that's
well said. Because of time, there's a lot of things to talk about in that Newcastle game, but because of time, we have to move over. Let's go to Spain. We saw Diego Simeone's men also seal their place in round of 16. They are through to, I think, aggregate is they won yesterday 4-1. The first game was 3-3, so aggregate I think is 7-4 as the case may be. But with this win, do you see this like a morale booster for their way forward in the round of 16? Do you see this as a morale booster?
Atlético Madrid, I think it's a morale booster. I was surprised that they didn't give us this performance in the first leg.
And we spoke about it. We spoke about it, yeah.
Yes, and I think that one thing that actually surprised a lot of people was the performance from Alexander, Solo. I think he just came in and he said, you know what, I'm going to give the best performance that I can give. I'm going to make sure that we don't make the same mistake that we made previously. And especially when you look at what Lookman did, coming off the bench and being able to offer the assist, to make sure that they actually won this particular match. I think it was fantastic. I think this is the first time when we are not doing a goal from Akinola and Lookman so far. So I think that it's fantastic to see the way the Atlético side have been able to rotate their players and have been able to play in the UCL and have been able to manage them between the various leagues. And I think it's a fantastic thing to watch.
Yeah, considering the fact that they had 2 goals lead at the first leg and they just threw that away. It's quite unfortunate. And I said, I hope this will not come and haunt Simeone, but thank God he was able to correct that mistake.
I worry is the fact that yes, they are a side that will be moving forward, they are a side that will play well over time, but they've been conceding a lot
of goals.
That was what on the match, and you can see that throughout they considered at least 18 goals in total. And it has been a worry. I think that if they can find a way, to suppress it, try to see how they can. Yes, if they play in a high line, just trying to outscore their opponents. But if they can see how they can, let's see how we can switch from playing a low block to a high line. I think that they are going to play fantastically well, or even how they can counter, especially with the player like Ademola Lookman now with that line.
All right, well said. Then let's go to the last game because we're running out of time. I know you need enough time to talk about it, but we really don't have time anymore. Like 4 minutes, but we'll just try and see how we squeeze this in. Real Madrid Benfica. Last week it was a whole lot of controversy. We saw the racial abuse against what's his name again? I'm talking about Vinicius Junior against Vinicius Junior, and getting a 1-goal lead, slender lead from Benfica, coming back to the Bernabeu, which we could see, we know that is going to be a very tough not to crack for Benfica. And again, Mourinho not going to be on the stand today. I think that will really be a big blow for Benfica.
Obviously, I want to say this. I think that the major topic here is going to be the racism issue. you can see that for the Benfica side, it's like they are going to be facing a lot. They are not going to be having their 12th man, play with them in that match. I think Jose Mourinho is not going to be playing there. It's under suspension. And I think that right now we also have Prestiani, Gianluca Prestiani not also going to be playing. So, and I think that one thing about Prestiani is that he's a pivotal, he plays a pivotal role for the Benfica side, especially when you see his performances. And that's why you see that in previous match when the allegations came in the match, Mourinho was like, you know what, I'm going to be the coach. And you don't expect a coach to actually talk down on his player. And obviously that was what happened. But I think UEFA have come out and they've said, you know what, we are going to suspend you for one game while we go through our investigation. And if we find out that after our investigation that you actually made the racism,
you are guilty. Yeah.
You are guilty, then they can give him up to a 10-match suspension and ban against him. So I think that it's a dicey situation, and I think that that just boils down to affecting the mentality of the Benfica side, especially with the long. It's actually going to weigh down on them. But the only thing is, if they can come out and say, you know what, let's get that split that we had when we played earlier on, when our goalkeeper scored before we started this part. I think that they are going to perform well. But I did not get beating a Real Madrid side, because it's a Real Madrid side that has won 22 of their last 23 European ties after winning the first leg. So I think they are heavy favorites at home, and I think that they are going to have a fantastic win, and I do not expect the Benfica side to take this.
Well said, Tom. Thank you very much for your analysis. Again, on top of P&B TV, thank you so much for your analysis. And definitely the Benfica game, we're going to follow it up today. Tomorrow, we are going to do more analysis on that. We just have to give you guys just introduction, because we know that the main fight is this night. Let's see what happens. If Real Madrid can show their superpower again in the Champions League. Thank you again very much, Tom. Thank you so much. Let's see. All right, that is our show this morning. We spoke about the Nigerian Basketball Federation, the crisis that is hitting up the federation, and also we went to Champions League playoffs, what Newcastle did, and also down to Spain, we saw Atlético Madrid also qualified for the round of 16, and then the big game, which is Benfica and Real Madrid today. And that's what we could, and that's the only time permit us to share with you guys this morning. But all the same, thank you again, Tom. Thank you so much for your analysis again on P&B Sports Show. Well, you can connect with us on all social media platforms, on YouTube and Facebook at Politics and Business Television.English, on IG at P&B TV_English, on X at P&B TV_ENG. I'm Abel Sunday, and for me and the entire